Hello again, my darlings. We are on 4.3 day 1, page 2. We are doing SOHCAHTOA plus, but with special right triangles. So we have two special right triangles that you hopefully sound familiar. You probably don't remember them. It's been a long time, but hopefully they at least sound familiar. We have the 45-45-90 and the 30-60-90. And these ones are the two triangles that we really use to make the unit circle. Okay, so these are important right triangles. And they have a ratio between the sides of the triangle. For the 45-45-90, the ratio is 1 to 1 to root 2. So if this was like a 4, this would be a 4, this would be a 4 root 2. If this was a 7, this would be a 7, this would be a 7 root 2. The 30-60-90, the sides have a ratio of 1 to root 3 to 2. And be careful though, the shortest leg is opposite the smallest angle. The longer leg is opposite the longer angle, or the larger angle, sorry. And then of course the hypotenuse is always opposite the right angle. So the 1 and the root 3 though, 1 has to be opposite the 30, root 3 has to be opposite the 60. All right, so we want to complete the table using these two triangles. So first one, sine. We're going to find the sine of 60 degrees. And we want to know what is that in radians. So I multiplied by pi over 180, and that reduces to pi over 3. And then if I look at the 60 degrees, opposite over hypotenuse is root 3 over 2. So then secant. We were given pi over 4, so I'm going to multiply by 180 over pi, and that will reduce to 45 degrees. So I look at the 45 degree angle. Secant, remember, is the reciprocal of cosine, so instead of adjacent over hypotenuse, it would be hypotenuse over adjacent. So root 2 over 1, which is just root 2. All right, so cotangent, well, this one's a little trickier because they didn't give us an angle. They gave us the value of the function. And we need to figure out what the angle is. So the cotangent of what angle would equal 1? Well, remember, cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. So opposite over adjacent is tangent. So cotangent would be adjacent over opposite. But if it equals 1, that means those two sides have to be the same. The only triangle that has two sides the same would be right here, the 45-45-90. Adjacent over opposite, 1 over 1 equals 1. So that's how I got the 45 degrees. And then multiply that by pi over 180, and that reduces to pi over 4. Then it says cosine, but again, we weren't given the angle, but we were given that the value of the function is 1/2. And remember, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So this tells us the adjacent leg is 1, the hypotenuse is 2. So that would be right here. The adjacent leg is 1, the hypotenuse is 2, so we're looking at the 60 degree angle. Change that to radians, multiply by pi over 180, and that reduces to pi over 3. And the reason we did this was, one, just to practice looking at the two special right triangles, but also to recognize there are some very important angle measures. These are the ones that you're going to want to be able to convert without thinking. You will just want to, by the end of this chapter, know that 30 degrees is pi over 6, 45 degrees is pi over 4. 60 is pi over 3, 90 is pi over 2, 180 is pi, 360 is 2 pi. You really want to memorize these. You shouldn't have to spend a whole bunch of time memorizing them because you'll just keep using them so much that hopefully you'll just get to the point where it comes naturally. And that finishes up 4.3, day 1, page 2.